Hi, it's Tony from the Heritage Line, and we're back with a midweek mail bag. Yep, it's that time of the month again, and we've got a few parcels here. I've picked some out at random, so we've got 4 here, and we have another one which I can't quite fit on with all the others, but it's a big box item. No idea. Right, let's crack on and let's see what we get. Right then, first item, what have we got here? Now it says it's from UK. It says A3 copy of paper. I don't believe that. That's just the packing. Let's have a look. It doesn't get into the thing. Oh, it's well packed. That's good. Let's see if we can get into it. Right. Oh, I'm getting somewhere closer. Got some bubble wrap. Right, this is right. There we go. This is Greyboard. This is really just for scratch building with, making some buildings with. Let's have a quick look see. But yeah, it is just 2mm A4 size Greyboard. You can pick this up quite easily off eBay. Got a little bit of damage. I'm not worried about that. It's going to be going inside a building. So yeah, just some nice modelling card. So, good start. Let's crack on and see what the listing said. So here we are. This is the listing. This is the one I purchased from. There are many supplies of this, but as you can see, it is just 2mm thick Greyboard. I've got 15 sheets. That's enough for what I need at the minute. Just A4 sheet, and it is what it is. I mean, that is exactly what I got. It shows the thickness. But it's just 2mm Greyboard. There's the side. There's plenty of other options. Ideal use, backing boards, for collage, craft cards, and mounts. So there you go, that is it. That is Greyboard. What I will do is I'll drop you a link for this. But as you can see, there is lots and lots of different backing boards here. You don't have to be grey, it can be white, there's different thicknesses, different millimeters. So yeah, there is lots of choice there. Very useful modelling material. So there you go. That is the Greyboard, guys. Right, so on with the next parcel. Let's see what we've got here. Does she say, tell us anything? No, it just says Royal Mail. Doesn't tell us anything. Oh, I can open it up this way. Right, what we got? Ah! Street lamps. Engage street lamps. That's always a bonus. Let's have a look. So, yeah. These are just like the Chinese ones. You can actually see, you can actually alter the length of the heights. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just a street lamp. Right. Have I got anything I can use to power it up? Yep. We have my old LED tester. Let's see if we can power one up, shall we? Let's put that to the side and let's have a look. Right. I better put negative to negative, so I'm assuming that this is the positive. And there we go. We have a light. So yeah, I've got a project that I can use these for. They might want a little bit of painting, but yeah, it's a nice little street lamp. So yeah, brilliant. I'm happy with that. So I can crack on and use these now. So bonus. The only thing I find is you don't get no resistors with it. That's a shame. But not to worry. Just a street lamp. Right. Crack on. I'll show you the listings for it. Right then, these are the model railway train lampposts. Now, this is a slightly different listing, but these are exactly the same items, and they're a lot cheaper for more. I paid about between £5 and £6 for mine, and I only got 10. This is actually 20 of them for £4.79. And it contradicts itself a little bit here. It says HO00 scale, and then it says 1 to 150. Now, 1 to 150 is actually engaged. And I think this is probably due to the fact that if you look here, the posts can actually be lengthened and shortened. In my opinion, the heads are maybe a little bit big for engage, but it's going to be hard push to find a lot smaller. But I mean, this is very controversial, and if this suits your layout and you're happy with them, rule number one applies. They do the job, they light up, and they are quite nice street lamps. And you can always paint the lamp posts as well. I mean, it shows you the wiring here. I suppose a layout of some street lamps. I don't know. They'll put anything on eBay, won't they? But yeah, these are the street lamps. Now, this listing shows it 4.79 plus 66p, and it's from China, so it'll take a little while to get here. I mean, there are other things available as well. Well, yeah, for what they are, they're quite good. They say they're 65mm tall. It's a white light, and we get 20 of them. The 3 volts. So obviously you will have to supply your own resistors if you're using a 12-volt supply. But yeah, not a bad product, and I think it's a case of it's what you pay for. You know, these are nowhere near the quality of your Weissman lamps, but when you actually look at how expensive those are, they're not cheap. And, these are actually quite good quality for what they are. So there you go. These are the model railway train lamps that I have used. Right then, on with the next parcel, guys. What does this one say? Um, it's from China. Right, okay. I can get it this way. Right, let's have a look. What on earth is this? Okay. Still, it's a cable. Oh no, no it's not. It is, it is. Right, okay. This is interesting. This is a 15-pin connector. Difference is the wires are already broken out, already been snipped, and if you look here, it actually shows you the number of each wire. So it's actually all pre-soldered and ready to go. Now, yes, I could just buy these individually and solder them up myself, which is what I have done. But for this project that I actually intend doing, I want to share it, and some people just haven't got the skills to actually wire up to these connectors. So this is another option. You can get these in several different pin sizes. You could get 9-pin, and I think this one's 15. And I don't know what they go up to. We'll have to have a look at the listings. And you can get the different length leads as well, which is useful if you want to actually connect anything up to a board. So yeah, it's one of those useful devices, I suppose. I do have an idea for this one, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. But hopefully this might help people out when I actually show what I intend using it for. So yeah, it's a 15-pin DIN connector with the actual lugs on it. So yeah, great. We'll take you over to the listings and we'll have a look. Right then, so this is the cable I actually went for. This was the 15-pin male, and I went for 1/2 meter. Now, as you can see, you've got lots of choices here. All the wires are actually numbered, which is ideal, and it's going to be factory soldered. Now, granted, you can make your cables up probably a lot cheaper and to your desired length. But for somebody that isn't very good at soldering and wants to make a control panel, this is obviously an option. Now, if you look here, this is for a 1/2 meter, but you could get a 1 meter length. And obviously, the prices start shooting up. You know, this is ridiculous. You could have a 15 meter length. Look at the price of that, guys. In that case, I'd be tempted to make my own. But for a control panel, $5.39, it's not a bad price. And there are other sizes as well. That's the 15. You could get a female version of it if you wanted. Or you could get the 9-pin version. Or you could get, that's a 9-pin male, 9-pin female. We could go all the way up to, now what is this one? This one is a 25-pin one. So that's quite nice. Not cheap. Or you could go all out. And you know, that's another 25-pin female. 37 pins. That's a big socket. But you could get a 37-pin. All wired. And if you're making control panels, 1/2 meter, 1 meter, 21.89. Think of all the time you would actually save trying to solder that bad boy up. But there you go. These are just options. You know, this is what I've used. So this is the version. This is the actual socket, which is the male version. Where are you? Where you are? That's the one I went for. $5.39. Not bad, really. And that's what I'm going to wire to a little control panel for my next project. So there you go. That is the listing. Right, on to the next parcel, and it's another Chinese thing. Let's get into it. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Let's just right. What we got here? Got some screws and some more screws. Not sure what these are. Ah, okay. Right. Okay, I see what this is. It's a 15-pin female connector. Right, how do I get into this? I've got no idea. Alright, I think I need to open these lugs up. Let's try and find a screwdriver. Right, we finally found a screwdriver. So it's got 2 lugs here. So let's get into it, shall we? Right, here we go. Right. That's just the housing. There we go. Now if you take a look at this, it's again a 15-pin. This time you'll notice there's numbers down the side. These all correspond to the actual pins, as you can see. So the idea with this is for this. This will plug into this, like so. That'll be well. If I get it the right way around, it helps. So it'll plug in like that. And then hopefully these will actually, these are what these bits must be for. Yeah, they're what their bits are for. These will actually screw into this. So the idea is, essentially, this will actually be mounted on the layout. And then this will actually plug in at the side. And then obviously the wires will then go to some form of control panel. That's the actual idea. Now the beauty of this is I've obviously got a housing. So I can put that in the housing. Once I actually build it up, let me work out how it goes in. Got to go in somehow. Like that. And then obviously that'll close around it. When I work out how it fits in properly. Yeah, it's got to go in Maybe it goes that way around. Like that. That's it. So that'll be mounted underneath the board. I've got some lugs here. Let's have a look. There we go. These are the lugs. So these will actually screw into here. That's the idea of them. So these screw into here like that. Just there we go. So obviously you'll tighten these up properly. And as you can see, I've got the opposite end here. So that plugs into there. And when it's mounted, these fellas will actually screw in. Just like that. And that won't go anywhere. So I've got to find a way of being able to fix this properly into the board. Not sure yet quite how I'm doing it. I might just put some screw holes into the base of this. Literally just screw that in and then fix it that way. Don't know. We'll have to see how I get on with that. It's going to be an interesting thing. Obviously these must be for the strain release of the wire. So they'll be for the different cores of wire. So yeah, oh, and I even get a strain relief in there as well. So obviously that will go against that. So yeah, all in all, it's a nice little item. So yeah, them two go together quite nicely, which is what I wanted it for. But this won't make an appearance for a long while. But the idea is there. I like to have all the parts before I actually build anything. That way I know what direction I'm heading in, and I'm not held back by anything. So there we go. So we've got a connector lead, and we've got a breakout board with the same pins, and yeah, all being well, that should work. Right, crack on, see what we get next. So this is actually what I got. This is the breakout board, the 15-pin one, and we've got several versions. This is the male, and you can see it's actually got connectors there for screw locking. Mine didn't actually have the screw locking on, mine had interlocking tabs, but never mind. That's again is the male version. And this is the version I actually got. This is the one where you've actually got the nuts on to screw into. So this part of it will go under the board and I can screw into it with my cable. And it's just a very neat way of wiring, and everything's numbered underneath. And as you can see, it's not that expensive. It was £1.95. Now that's the male version. That's not the one I got. That's the one I got. It's the female version. That's right, £2.5p. Even though not that expensive. And we'll see how we get on. We'll see if it works. I can't see why it shouldn't. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be a nice, neat way of wiring. And yes, you could buy these things and solder them up yourself. But like I said before, it just takes a lot of the hassle out of it. And it's a nice, neat way to wire, especially if you're not very good at soldering. Why put yourself through that heartache and pain when you can save some time and get something like this? So there you go. This is the breakout board, the 15-pin one. Right, we're on to the last item now. She's quite big. Let's have a look. Let's see what we get in this big box. Right, let's pull the paperwork out. We don't need the paperwork. Right, let's have a look. Oh, now then. Any guesses yet, guys? We'll carry on, shall we? And here we go. It is a controller. Now this is the Gauge Master controller is a Model LT controller. Now, originally on this, on the top here, there would have been a rolling rod. Obviously, I haven't got the rolling rod. Gauge Master no longer actually make a rolling rod. So I've got a plan for that. But essentially we've got forward reverse as you would with any controller, test and track. So the test, I assume, will send power up to the top here. When we go to track, it'll send power to the track. And also notice we've got an amp meter here as well, which is a nice little thing to have when you're actually servicing locos. Because often the amp meter, if it's quite high, it can actually tell you that your loco's mucky and it just needs a bit of a service. Anyway, let's have a look at the back, shall we? So on the back of the unit, what do we have? We have a controlled 12 volts, so that's obviously the power going to the track, and we also have a 16 volts accessory, so that's useful as well. So yeah, it is a Gauge Master loco tester. Right, shall we see if it works? We can do. Right, let me clip this cable and we'll get it plugged in. Right, so we're back. We have got power to it. Let's see if that LED works. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, definitely got power to it. Right, that's currently, let's put it in test. So here we go. I'll bring the old, let me put that there. Right, so we should have full power to this top bit. And we don't. Oh no. Oh, I know why. I'm being a donk. Helps if I change the voltage. Right, we're now on DC. Oh yeah. Can you see that? We have got 1165. If I keep that on there, I will flip it to reverse. A minus 11.6. That's marvellous. So we have power coming through the top. Excellent. Right, let's turn that down a minute. And we'll go to the track. In fact, no, we'll leave it powered up. Right, we'll take it to the track. Let's have a look. So, where's my track? Oh, I'm getting all tangled up here. Right, track. Right, we have 12.27. Okay, I'm going to flick the switch. Have I got the right switch? Yeah. So we're now in reverse. So keep that there. Good. Minus 12. That's cracking. Right, we'll go check the AC on it. The AC. Let's put that on. So the AC, we have got 16.6. That's marvellous. Right, what else do I need to check? Don't know if this will show, because I don't think this will have enough amp draw. But we will see. Let me put that onto DC again. Let's put that on like that. No. I've got no real... There is a slight, and I mean a slight movement on the needle. So I haven't got anything here currently to try it with. I wonder, what can I do? Well, I suppose I could hook it up to some track and we'll see if it works. We'll do that. We'll hook it up to some track and we'll see if it works. Okay, back in a bit. Right, it's a bit Heath Robinson this, but I've just done some wires off the top here to this piece of track. And there she is, there's the controller. So now in theory, when I turn this knob, this should go up. So let's have a look. And she does. 0.2 amps. Take it back. Yeah, that's working fine. So there we go. That's my controller rig. Now all I've got to do is source a rolling road for it. But yeah, interesting project. It's really for when I do a lot of servicing. As you know, DCC is not the magic bullet. If your loco doesn't run on DC, it's not going to run on DCC. So it's just a servicing tool. I've still got a lot of locos I need to put decoders in, and this is going to be just a tool so I can actually get something up and running in DC. I can check the ampage it's pulling, make sure it's all working nice and smooth before I convert it. So here we go. This is the Gauge Master LT. Now this is showing the 00 version, and the Engage version is exactly the same. This is an old Hatton's listing to actually show you what it looked like. And as you can see, it has the rollers on the top. That's quite nice. And we'll go over to the next image. There we go. Isn't that weird? I got my cable wrapped like that as well. But let's go back. There we go. That shows the rollers on the top. And the next image. That's the back view there. Exactly what I got. Where you've got your 16 volts AC and the 12 volts as well going to your line. And a picture of the box. Now, as I've said before, I reckon this has got to be probably from about the 90s, might be early 2000s. I'm not really sure. I know these weren't around when I worked in the model shop. So that's why I'm saying sort of the 90s era, which is going back quite a bit. Now then, do bear in mind though, with Gauge Master, they offer a lifetime guarantee, so they will repair the controllers for you. So if you ever do come across one and it's faulty, you can get it repaired. They will repair it free of charge. All you will have to pay is the postage there and back, which I think is not actually a bad deal. Now forget the rollers, you can't get the rollers anymore. Gauge Master won't supply them. So forget that element, you'll have to come up with a new thing. Now I'm going to show you a picture of their limited edition controller. Now then, this controller here, they use the DCC concept rolling road for it. They've obviously altered it a bit. Now, when they released this limited edition controller, they were charging £300 for it. Now that is expensive, but don't forget, the Rolling Road itself by DCC Concepts is £100 just for that kit alone. But this is an expensive piece of kit. So here we go, guys. This is the roundup of what we got this week. So what did we do? We started off, we got the Engage lampposts. That's a nice little item. Then what did we open? We opened we got the cardboard as well, sorry. The cardboard, the 2mm Greyboard. Must get that right. Then we got the 15-pin lead, which has also got the numbers marked on the actual wires. We also got the breakout board, so we can actually wire up to this, which will then in turn wire to that. That's quite nice. It's got its own little housing. So yeah, that should be quite good. And last but not least, we got the Gauge Master controller, the Model LT, which I assume the LT will stand for Loco Tester. Well, there you go. So it's a nice little roundup this week. So we'll see you again It'll be the last Wednesday of next month for the next midweek mailbag, and we'll see what we get in that opening. So there you go, guys. Look after yourselves, and bye for now.